Good morning, welcome back. Good afternoon, it's like 1 o'clock, whatever. So clearly in the garage today again. I started the day, I went and got, let's go look at how my kid did. Cause I went and had I had Carmen washed by the drama club at my kid's school fundraiser thing. It's not bad. Then we did a dump run that I wanted to do last week and I didn't get done. So today, what we're gonna do, I do have one piece of charge piping left to weld. It's the piece to the turbo, or to the turbo housing. So I'm gonna get that welded up today. So that will all be done. The other thing I'm gonna do is I just saw it too. Now I'm not gonna be able to find it. What did I do? Hold on. All right, so I have this nifty little puck. This is for 2.5 inch and 3 inch for back purging. At least that's what I made it for. I haven't used it for that yet. I just I gotta buy the O-rings that'll fit in the grooves that I made. But what this will work for is I'm gonna push this into the charge piping. I'm gonna put air in it, and we're gonna make sure there's no leaks. So what I will do is once I put everything together, I'll pull the pipe out, or maybe I'll leave it in there and just pull one of the sides off. But I'll pull it in and I'll plug this on one side and we'll fill some air in it. We'll squirt the joints with glass cleaner. And if it bubbles up and tells me that there's a problem. No bubbles, no problem. So that will tell me if I missed a spot or anything like that. But that's what we're gonna work on today. The front end, oh God, it looks so good. The fenders will get done relatively soon because I'd like the whole nose to be back in primer. But for right now, we're gonna start on the turbo because that's the last piece of aluminum that I need to weld right now. And then if I get everything else I've planned done for today, the goal is to then get the downpipe finished, or at least mocked up. So let's get started. No bubbles. Yes, there's suds when you're spraying it, but no bubbles. There's a weld there. Doesn't look like there's a weld there. There's a weld there. The only leaks I hear are coming from that's bottle. See what I'm saying? Go like that, it's not as bad. So I think we're all sealed up. Drop that. Okay, so here's what you guys have missed because I think I forgot to hit record on the time lapse. We're making new water manifolds. The reason I'm doing this is because I can't really build the exhaust until I know where these are. So what I've accomplished so far is this is one side, just 45 out of the engine, comes down here. I have this other side, this way, and then this is going to come out and a 16 will get welded on this or something. This is significantly longer because I originally planned for this one to be the lower one, which is going to require like a different forming of these ends. What I did is I took a impact socket, like a 14 that has that flare, the angle to it, and I mushed it in there and it opened this up to where it fits almost perfectly inside of my motor plate to give it a nice smooth transition in. The welding on this end was really pretty nice, until like this corner that wasn't perfect kind of folded in on itself. So I gotta figure something out with that. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put you guys back on time lapse. I'm going to go through and clean up the inside of this hole. You can see the hole there. Clean that all up, get it to fit real nice to this fitting or this piece. And then from there, I will tack it in place, you know, make sure everything's square. And then from there, once I know everything's good, I will take it and put it on the car and make sure everything lines up. Probably not gonna tack weld it on the motor plate today, but I know that these are pretty close because they go in the motor itself. So like, they're not gonna be super far off from anything else. The inside of this one's already clean. I just gotta get to work on this one. So, let's... So that's going to be the end of our Saturday. Got a lot accomplished. If you look back there, we have water manifolds. The lower one still needs to be finished. I have the piece here. That's what you would have seen in time lapse, is me manufacturing these. You wouldn't have seen me put the hole in it, but this needs to be cleaned up. This will be the driver's side out of the motor. Passenger side out of the motor is already done. Upper one is already done. They're extended out to the cylinder head so that they can have a -16 welded on them, or maybe a hose. What the hell just fell up? Might just be a hose barb for now or something. But the upper one, I flared it out so that it would fit in real nice, and now it does. Current debate is whether or not I'm gonna buy like spacers and just weld them to the spacers instead of welding them directly to the motor plate to save some space. And I know that sounds silly, but I need y'all to understand how little space we have. I can put this down like this and then bring it out on a spacer if I need to, but I'd really much rather not. My only concern here is, I'm gonna try and get you guys to where you can see, there's a bolt right there. Super hard to see because I got piping everywhere. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, so there's a bolt right there. So this piece that I showed you is gonna come out of there and into this and then feed over there. But I mean, I don't know how much tighter to the motor I can really get these. I mean, I definitely could, like I could suck it to where it's touching. I could suck it in till it's touching. But I mean, I think I can put like one of my stainless steel nuts that I weld onto the clamps. Yeah, that's how close we are. So, outside of that, we tested the charge pipe, made sure the charge pipes are sealed. That's all good. Welded this all up. Ooh, I don't think I showed it close. Now, yes, technically I could have just bought one that had the adapter. However, I didn't want to buy a whole nother housing. If I'm buying a whole nother housing, we're upgrading the turbo, and we're not there yet. So this is in, there's a gap there so I can switch over to a Vangean clamp at some point. But with how little that section is, I basically have to explode that clamp in order to do that. It's the same thing. This one's got the space for a Vangean. We're grabbing, but just barely. This is definitely gonna get a Vangean. That might get one. The V-band, the throttle body's probably not gonna get one because it's solid all the way through there. I do think I'm gonna make a beauty plate for that hole. Maybe we'll work on that tomorrow once I finish up that job. But that's gonna do it for tonight. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. We've got a lot to get done and not necessarily a whole lot of time, so see you in the morning. All right, so it is Sunday morning. Well, Sunday noonish, but I'm going to hang out with an old coworker who's down visiting. So before I open into that, I wanted to come at least finish the water manifolds. So I've got this tube welded up. So now we have all the tubes coming out and all the tubes going that way. They look pretty clean, pretty parallel. Now, not bad, not bad. Everything looks pretty even. I figured out, because there's that bolt right there. I switched that out to an Allen head, make it easier. I need a shorter one before I can do anything permanent with these tubes, because this won't come out all the way, I don't believe. This comes off, that comes off. The bottom one over here also comes off. The bottom one over here also comes off relatively easily. I can't take this cover off without taking the motor plate out. So because of that, I am thinking that I might put, there's 3/4 spacers. I might order those and then throw those on a mill and mill them down to be shorter. Because I don't necessarily need them to be 3/4 of an inch. I don't want to stick everything out that far, but I also don't want to take up that much of the tubing. So I'll probably do something where like I mill them down to like 1/2 inch, 3/8, cut it in half or something. And then those will get bolted on. These will get welded to that. And then we have water manifolds. They're like 20 bucks for the spacers. And then if I ask somebody at work in manual nice enough, they might do it when nobody's around and there's nothing to do. But yeah, so we have water manifolds, which means now I can continue on building the exhaust. Ooh, look at how clean that is. And that will be later today. Potentially. We'll see how long I go hang out. But if not, that'll do it for this week's episode. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe, get up and get after it.